Hey, what's up? It's time for more Fallout. This is episode 6. We're getting very, very close to the end of this season. I did just see the news that the Fallout Season 2 filming was delayed a little bit. I think it was only delayed like 3 days or something, so it's not a big deal. But what that told me is that they're filming Season 2, which I didn't even know if Season 2 was fully confirmed or anything. So the fact that they're filming it basically now is cool, is good to know. So that makes me a bit more excited. I think it makes me more excited to see these episodes. Yeah, I think it does, because I prefer series being longer rather than shorter. I mean, I'm a One Piece fan, so like that makes sense, right? I really love this show that's over 1,000 episodes, and I'm 700 and something episodes into it, and I'm not sick of it yet. So yeah, I like longer series, and so Fallout, I feel like, deserves a longer series, and so far it has been doing really well with the episodes that it's been having. I guess my only hope is that, like, we still get, you know, the feeling like that the pacing keeps up. I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to feel like we're not doing anything at any point in time in this show. I feel like so far we're 6 episodes in, like the 5 episodes that we've seen so far, every episode has felt like we've made significant progress, which feels really good. And even if, like, they necessarily haven't, like, in a couple of these episodes, we've kind of, you know, it's not like we've made progress towards our goal necessarily, but the show has made progress in these character arcs, or in the dynamics between the characters, in that, like, we're waiting to see how these characters interact, and then we get to see it in these episodes, and then we're waiting to see how these characters interact, and maybe we're waiting to see how these characters interact now with a new dynamic, you know? Like, we saw Lucy and Maximus meet up once early, and then we see them meet up later when they know each other a little more, kind of a little bit, but they've also both changed a little bit. And so, like, having those characters meet up more and more is interesting. So yeah, anyway, let's jump into Fallout episode 6. Make sure to support this video if you can. Apologies if I'm speaking weirdly, or if I enunciate something strangely, or I stumble over my words even more than normal, because currently I have, like, a thing in my mouth that is hurting, and so it's making it quite difficult to speak. So yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes it also gives me a lisp again, so I'm trying really hard not to have the lisp, but it's coming back. So yeah, apologies if any of that happens in this episode. Anyway, if you want to watch the full-length reaction, that's on my Patreon account in the description below, and you can also get next week's episode, episode 7, on there right now. Let's jump into this Fallout episode 6. Here we go.
Oh, hello there.
Another advertisement?
Cooper Howard. Wonderful place. Not made by God Almighty, but the working man.
A vault?
Now, how about we turn on some lights?
Yeah, vault.
There, that's from deep inside the fully livable model 96 JQ.
And this is Vault 4?
From our rip-roaring republic. Now, this corridor here is Sycamore Street, where you'll wave howdy to any one of your 200 neighbors.
I mean, I can think of worse places to be during an apocalypse, honestly. I can see the appeal of this.
America will be ready. 5 years.
I love them looking, like, right into the camera.
Hero in the movies by purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow,
purchasing a residence?
The world is going to need Americans just like
I guess because
day
if the nuclear fallout happens, which it did, you own it then.
You happy?
How'd we do?
We were so nervous.
You did great.
Aw.
Really lovely to meet you. Thanks for coming.
I love how nice Cooper is back here. He's so kind.
It's a defense contractor.
Oh, I'm very familiar with you guys. You designed the T-45 power armor.
Ah.
I oversaw the rollout. You know, the design flaws were ridiculous.
They straight state of Alaska to the Reds. Those design flaws of yours cost a lot of good men and women their lives.
Damn.
Management.
Great.
Well, I'm awful happy for you, Buck.
Bud Askins.
Well, you lost Cooper the second you talked about the armor.
All right, we go for a couple of hours. We shake a few hands.
It's at our house.
Oh, well, you can't escape that then.
The things.
Beautiful house. There's him with the thumb.
I'm heading into enemy territory.
Aw, cute puppy. Makes sense he warmed up to the dog in the modern day. A man and his dog, wow. So is that dog the actual actor that was in that movie?
Yeah, I love that one too. It was my real dog.
It was, there you go.
Beautiful home.
This is fun seeing more Cooper Howard stuff.
We'll have to circle up with DC about that.
Ideally before our quarterly projection release.
He's drinking a lot already.
Mr. Howard. Blood Askins.
Yeah, I remember you, man.
From the show.
All right. Well, I only do it for close friends and beautiful women. but
Is that Matt Berry?
maybe halfway there. I, Bartholomew.
It is!
Worth, am ever ready to serve.
And then his voice is in the thing in the future.
Perhaps when party in the hot tub. What do you think of that?
Oh, no.
No.
No, thank you.
I didn't think we'd actually see Matt Berry.
Excuse me, you mind?
I love Matt Berry.
You don't know the half of it. You hear I lost a movie over these ads?
Mm.
So upset, the actors wouldn't come out of their trailers.
Really?
Lewis said it was on moral grounds.
Bonnie Lewis.
Damn, he
She's
really
done
gave up
more
a lot
ads than
for it.
Fucking billboard.
Yeah.
Sweeping through Hollywood like a bad case of the clap. And it's that. A world run by people who wear pocket protectors to a pool party. Sell my vocal rights to that spinning robot they sell to housewives and perverts.
Yep, you
Guess
sure
how much
have.
They paid me for that.
10 million?
It's probably a lot less.
No, I got 186 pre-tax.
Maybe you could ask for more.
The fuck were they thinking every time I walk into my own house?
You hear
my
your
own
voice,
saying, "Hello,
yeah.
sir, do you want to sit down?" It's fucking awful.
I thought the studio.
I'd say the future is golden. To the future.
Well, that's great, except you only got paid 186,000 when he predicted 10 million. Oh my gosh. Sheriff, sit down.
That's illegal around these parts.
Says who?
The sheriff?
The government.
Oh my god. You have crossed eyes? I like that logo. That one's cool. This is Vault 4. This is the one that that was in the ad.
I'm fine. You had a rotten human tooth lodged in your shoulder. You're not fine.
We can't thank you enough for letting us in and taking care of us.
It's what we do here. Oh, and we found his armor.
I hope there's
Our surface
nothing
foragers are
shady
bringing it back
happening
now.
here.
Not good.
I was born on the surface.
Oh.
But you're so
sorry,
pretty.
I didn't know. You seem
How?
So normal.
Thank you
That's
so
reasonable. Very reasonable. So far. But that actress that they cast, she's pretty, but she could also... I can see them casting her as someone who gets an evil turn.
You smell good.
No.
What?
You want to have sex?
Oh my god.
You mean use my cock? But for some guys, you know, when they make it move,
What?
it gets all big and hard like a big pimple, and then it pops. And
What?
they take
Completely normal. Happens all the time. Every time. Ideally.
Wow. This is the weirdest pre-sex scene I've ever seen.
Okie dokie.
That's so respectful. She understands consent so well. Do you want to do it? We can't really. All right. Worth a shot. Crazy to pass it up with Lucy though. Test subjects.
This is a cult.
Same
as any.
Yeah.
It's not a cult.
Kinda.
Everyone's smiling.
We're stuck here until you're able to travel. So, give this place a shot.
I mean, I would be
Sorry
trusting
to interrupt your
Lucy,
breakfast, but our overseer,
I think.
quick hello.
even though I know that it's probably gonna go
Overseer
wrong.
Benjamin, this is Lucy.
Oh, that scared me.
Hey guys, just wanted to say hi.
Is that Chris Parnell?
Obviously,
Just some housekeeping, a few things to be aware of.
It absolutely has
Stay
to
out of
be.
level 12. Pencil on the sign-up sheet, please let me know I do have pencils. Oh, just ask. Asking is less embarrassing than getting it wrong.
They're getting some good comedy actors for this show.
Birdie's available. And once again, welcome to Vault 4.
Man, the one eye thing is so hard to look at.
Thank you.
And the fact that it's in the middle, like if it was here and he just didn't have another eye there, that would be like almost fine, you know? But the fact that it's in the middle, oh. Is this going to happen to you guys?
The overseer?
That's what I'm saying. What people are nice. Lots of people have one eye.
Well, yeah.
Not in the middle.
His was in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
Sorry.
Glowing blue
Have
eyes.
a nice day.
Doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, back to the past.
Job in payroll when she was 15.
Oh, that's a good
Aww.
Chickens.
No.
Yeah, sounds kind of boring.
What's gotten into you?
Especially when you're used to this life.
Oh, come on. You've seen these around.
She's got a pit boy.
One of the good vaults.
That's first.
There are bad vaults. Well, we know he didn't end up making it to a vault.
Fiduciary responsibility? No. I have no fucking idea. I play a cowboy for a living.
It's a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that it don't work out.
That's a scary thought.
You were the sheriff, now some generic Indian?
Come on, don't say that. Tall Hand Mudlake could talk to horses. Played him with grace and with dignity.
Tall Hand Mudlake?
Unless the people do something about it.
I guess everything's a conspiracy, right? Come on, man. You sound like you're in a cult.
You're sitting here defending.
And I mean, I may agree with Cooper.
Maybe you're the one in the cult.
If we didn't see the future and we didn't see that, you know, everything's fucked.
Look, for her sake.
At least he met with you and had a drink with you and talked about it. And seemed, like, surprisingly respectful about it as well.
Who is it?
It's Henry. Henry from the Vault Tech.
I'm sorry.
He sounded so excited.
She's reading Little House on the Prairie to Roosevelt.
Ah, does he like it?
What's up?
What?
You know, no dogs in the vaults.
Oh. Why can't you have dogs in the vault?
That's the policy.
But why?
Dogs eat meat.
Oh.
It's an avoidable inefficiency.
I see. Just waste food on another creature, even though be good to save some dogs.
Who decided that there were no dogs in the vault?
Yeah, because that person's got to be evil.
Relatively trivial concern.
For us, are the blue jumpsuits? Are those mandatory? What if I don't want to wear a blue jumpsuit? What if I want to wear a green one?
I think they are mandatory.
And you're talking to me about hiding out at a ranch up in Bakersfield.
That's not fair to throw that in his face, I don't think.
Sometimes, Scoop, I love that is you and that is Janie aren't among them.
But what about the dog? Don't we love the dog?
I have worked.
He's allowed to love the dog, and so is their daughter.
We go for Janie.
I don't completely disagree with her. I want to wait to discussion to like dive into what my thoughts are on the situation. Man. I think that's a pretty realistic conversation and ending to that conversation.
That's how a toilet works. I'm actually from a vault.
You're what?
Can you see the jumpsuit?
From a vault?
Goosey McLean.
Oh no.
Goosey.
No, it's
his eye. He doesn't have very good.
You're from here?
5 generations. And proud of it.
Oh, I just thought because
Of the eye.
These people, am I right?
Oh my
I
god.
grabbed a moldy one.
Oh god.
You won't. They come in here with their smelly food, weird ideas.
You wouldn't find anyone more open-minded
They're
than
from a
me.
vault and not call them surfies. It's awful. Like you can't make a funny joke about it. You're offending these guys. Funny joke. All I know is it was a huge bomb. Pretty good, right?
I only wanted to.
Goodbye, Goosey.
Man. In that first scene Chris Parnell was in, I was like, oh man, they cast a really good comedic actor and he didn't do much except have one eye. But this scene, they used his comedic skills very well. There he is. But you don't have the fusion core for it still, right?
Where do you guys get your power from?
You gonna try to go steal one? We're gonna have to fight our way out of this vault. Oh, there's a fusion core right there. But weren't that looks like one fusion core for the whole thing. This doesn't feel like something you can easily take and no one will notice.
I see you found our fusion core.
See, this woman
How are we
scares
guessing
me a
tonight
little
down
bit.
Aren't I?
Nothing wrong with a little bit of comfort.
The like drone of this place that's in the background of the scene
And when you say
makes
hot
it so
shower, what
ominous.
does that mean exactly?
Hello, exceptionally handsome man. That looks like the Dean's fake boyfriend from Community season 5 or 6 in the Gay Dean episode, I believe. I like how these are really nice things that could be happening to him. If you just put in the background music some like relieved music, some peaceful tones, this scene is really wholesome. But of course, they put like drones and ominous shit in the background, so we're super suspicious. To it. I like that the show immediately proved my point.
What is this?
Oh, excuse me. What's going on?
It's a surface dweller tradition. It can get a little rambunctious for my taste.
That wasn't an answer.
You're welcome to come.
The government was spelled wrong on the sign. That's funny.
The Ghoul that fucked up that super duper mark? Nobody told me it was the Ghoul.
Sorry, we don't do a lot of knitting around here.
It's called sewing. Sorrel, we old friends, ain't we?
What's his play here? Is he actually gonna do something to escape?
Wrinkly ass face.
Oh my god.
You're still looking for her.
I can have unintelligent conversations with dipshits like yourself.
Oh, that scared me.
Don't say why not.
Well, then you might want to hire a publicist.
Or someone who knows how to spell.
They call her the Flame Mother.
The Flame Mother.
Now that
just like that.
And just like that, he fixed his
Now,
finger.
If you need 10 people.
My daddy lives in Philly.
Well, not no more he don't. Unless he's a coward. In my experience, the apple tends not to fall too far.
Oh my god. He's asking to get shot. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. That didn't take long.
Whoa. That's Moldava.
It is Moldava.
I remember her as all.
Yeah.
How do you remember her? Do you join in? Yep, do it. god, this is like fucking Oppenheimer. Like, look at his outfit and the place he's in. If you told me that was a shot from Oppenheimer, I wouldn't have questioned it. Oh. Oh my god. Is this an orgy?
Flame Mother, we remember.
Flame Mother, we remember?
By covering ourselves in their ashes.
Oh. That's people ashes.
Blood must spill. Blood must spill.
Oh my god. Yeah, this isn't as fun as it sounded. I thought they were just gonna play bingo or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. There she is. The Flame Mother herself. Well, if she was alive back then... Now he's the one that wants to stay.
These are called oysters? You want one? They make you feel so good. You want to make my cock explode now? Sorry, intercourse?
You want to make my cock explode now?
No, we need to leave. Right now. These people are... I know this must all seem really nice compared to the shoot show that's up there.
The shoot show.
I wanted to go back on our deal and...
Oh, you're going to floor 12. Chris Parnell is going to be mad. Level 12. Oh my god. Is that a baby's face? It's a person's face at least. It's a bit big. It's probably just a person. Just a man or a woman. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? What a horrifying scene! And that was just the tape that was in there ready to go? I mean, yeah, if you bring Max down here, I think you'd see how fucked up this place is. Or up here. Oh, who's that behind? Is that Chris Parnell? No. No, it's the guy with the nose. Oh god, what's gonna make noise? Oh. What? Why did he say hello and then just go back? Oh, no, because he's pretty sure there's someone there. That's why. Oh, he's got a fucking harpoon gun. This is bad. You gotta get out. Oh! Oh, shit. Oh, shit, they all came fast. Oh, God.
Your entire culture is insane! I'm sure if we came to your home, we would say the same thing.
I don't know. This is extra crazy. Don't. Oh. I thought they were gonna break her arm. It looks like he was like holding her arm like he was gonna snap it. Oh god. Shit, man. Okay. Cool episode, kind of wild, and it's getting, I mean, this show is creepy. I mean, it is really leaning into like some pretty huge horror elements, which I guess Fallout always had. Honestly, like I've played Fallout 3 and I've played Fallout 4. But you know, like the times that I played those games was in a time in my life when, like, and by a time in my life, I mean, before a certain year, I feel like I was so much worse at taking in media. And then after a certain time, I was so much better at doing it. So, I played the Fallout games, I feel like, slightly before I was good at taking in media. So I don't know how well I took in Fallout. But from memory, yeah, it was like surprisingly horror inspired in certain bits. But yeah, anyway. So, but it's really interesting that they're fully leaning into it, because there's some really unsettling stuff going on here. So yeah, what do I talk about first? Let me look at my notes. Well, first, I like that Matt Berry was actually in this episode, because you saw, if you would have seen my reaction to the episode that Matt Berry did the voice in, I didn't realize the entire episode that it was Matt Berry, and then I saw it in the credits, and I was really excited by that. But I didn't think he would be in the show. I just thought, like, yeah, give him a funny voice to do. But then they put him as a character, and then they actually tie in that this is an actor who, you know, sold the likeness to his voice or whatever. And that's really cool. I love Matt Berry. He's very funny. But yeah, they also had Chris Parnell in this episode. Let me just make sure I'm saying his name right. Like that I'm getting it right. Yeah, Chris Parnell. They also had him in this episode. Oh, also, let me make sure it was him. But I'm like 95% sure. Like, I'm almost certain it was him. Fallout, yeah, cool. So yeah, they had him in this episode as well, and he's a great actor. And he's very funny, and he's got like a great line delivery. So so having him in an episode like this, and he fits. I love it because he fits the Fallout overseer, like vault kind of guy type so well. Like, it feels like he's perfect casting, because it feels like he was made for this role. He does so well at doing very, like, you know, very happy sounding stuff, but he's got a, you know, well, at the very least, he plays a lot of characters in shows that have, like, quite dark sense of humor. So he can combine that, like, he's the optimistic character in a very dark show, like, writing that really well, and then also, like, saying really fucked up things, but in, like, such a happy tone. He does that so well, and so I love that they cast him for a character that is, like, perfect for that. But yeah, anyway, this episode was solid. I like the vault like mystery stuff. My only regret, I think, is that this episode was like so mystery based, and for me, I like going like heavy into, like, I like it to be 60% character and like 40% mystery. That's like my ideal thing, because I'm not really in these shows for the mysteries. A lot of people are, and that's very understandable, because that's the sort of shows that these present themselves as, you know? But for me, it's not really why I'm in it. I'm in it because, like, I wouldn't have started watching this show if I hadn't seen that Ella Purnell was in it, and that the show got good reviews, but also that, you know, people had talked about her character and said, like, oh, she's such a positive whatever, you know, she's very cute or whatever. Like, if people didn't tell me that, then I might not have watched the show, because that's what I'm in this for. And not to say that we didn't get any character work in this. We got a lot of character work for Cooper, and I'll talk about that soon. But yeah, the Max and Lucy stuff, which I wanted to see, like, more and more of their dynamic together. But instead we focus more on the mystery that was surrounding them, which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing for this episode. But yeah, the Cooper stuff, I guess this is going to be the major part of my discussion, because, like, the other stuff that happened in the episode is the Moldava stuff, which I want to see how that plays out. I don't have any major speculations. That won't just be saying what the show's shown us already. I don't know how the fuck any of this is possible. I don't know if she's, like, somehow a ghoul that can, like, reconstructed her face and body or whatever, so, like, has a cure to ghouldom, maybe. And so, you know, the ghoul can maybe turn back into Cooper Howard. But I don't have much else to say about that, I don't think. And before I get into the Cooper stuff that I wanted to talk about, the Lucy Max stuff that was in this episode was very funny, because you see how they're both a different kind of awkward. Like, Maximus is like he doesn't interact with people, especially not women, often kind of awkward. Like, he is just not very sociable. And Lucy is like she's very sociable, but is from a place where their tendencies are a lot weirder, you know, like that they're almost too polite, that their way of asking for sex is so unromantic because, like, you know, I'm just like, it would be a thing where it's like, yeah, we see this as pleasure. And I mean, honestly, the way that she does it is like ideal. Like, if our world was perfect, I feel like that is what you would do. You would go like, hey, want to have sex? And then you just wait for a genuine answer. You do it in the same way that it's like, you want to play cards, you know? You want to have sex right now? And that, like, makes a lot of sense to me. Because that's how, you know, I feel like it really could be. But we stigmatize sex so much within our society that it feels extremely weird for it to be that casual and with no build-up or whatever. Because, like, he could just say no. Like, she's not trying to pressure him into it. It's a genuine question. So I like that scene a lot, but it is very weird. And then I like later, he was like, hey, you want to make my cock explode? Just fucking amazing. Anyway, so the Cooper and his wife conversation that they had in the middle there about Vault-Tec. I'm trying to figure out where I stand on it, because I think she's right in that, like, it's like what matters to her is that her family are okay. Like, that's what she cares about, and it doesn't matter to her, you know, any of the other stuff, because what matters is getting to safety. So, like, trying to figure out, oh, but we should make sure that we do it this way, or make sure that we do it this way. And she's like, if we try to fuck around with that shit, it may not get done. These are people that are actually doing it. This is a way that we can practically be safe. So, like, stop with the, you know, the empty platitudes and the, like, oh, we should do it the old, you know, the way that we want to do it or whatever, because that might just end up getting us killed. So I understand that. I also think it's unfair when she, like, I think the point where she, and I mean, I wasn't really, like, fully agreeing with her the whole time, but I think the bit where she fully lost me was when she was like, and then I come home and you're talking about, like, you know, going off on a ranch or whatever. And, like, she said it in such a way that it's like, it felt demeaning to me. It felt like you're so ignorant and stupid for thinking that we should be on a ranch. Whereas, like, I get what she's saying. Like, if we're on a ranch and the bombs drop, we're dead. Like, it doesn't matter. Our life is fucked, you know? But I think there's a way better way you can do that. I mean, it's in the heat of the moment, but, like, the ranch idea that he said was a very sort of sweet idea of, like, what he was saying was, like, I can, like, there's a lot of pressure and weirdness and there's a lot of shit going on right now, and what I want is something really simple, and I just want to spend time with my family in a very simple life. And, like, he sort of, in a way, like, opened up to her a little bit about that. So for it to be sort of thrown back in his face doesn't fully sit right with me, unfortunately, because, like, and as I said, it's in the spur of the moment, so it makes sense that she would say it like that. But I just felt very bad for him in that situation, because it's like, what he wants is ultimately something quite sweet. And I mean, what she can legitimately say is, you know, the ranch sounds lovely, and if, like, and I would want that, but I don't think that's realistic, or I truly think if we did that, we would die, and I want us to stay alive. Like, that's a thing that she could say, and that is basically, I think, what she was saying in a roundabout way. But it was really just the framing of, like, where she put it in her speech and how she said it at him was like she was throwing it back in his face, and that was unfortunate. But what she was saying made a lot of sense. And I do like that he apologized afterwards, because he was being a little bit, you know, like, for her, she works at this place, and she's trying to do what's best for the family, truly. And then, like, he is constantly, like, he's not trying to undermine it, but he is undermining it at every place, and, like, acting like it's this horrible thing that she's doing, almost. So, it's hard to know where I stand on that whole scenario, because I agree with him in the very base idea of, like, it's like, you know, we're not allowed dogs in here, and I think that I really like the writing choice of, like, something as simple as that. The vault doesn't allow dogs, because that draws a very, very interesting line right there, because it's saying dogs are like an unnecessary, like an avoidant expense, essentially, an avoidable expense, because you have to feed them, so it's another mouth to feed. But it's a dog, like they're a companion, they're a friend, they're part of your family, and also they bring up morale. They're like comforting to have around. They're like they are an addition to our lives. We wouldn't have, like, so many people wouldn't have dogs if we didn't love to have dogs, you know. And so saying, like, oh, you know, we're not allowed to have dogs down there because it'll, like, take up more food, it really does feel like this is a business decision, but it's a business decision being made about somewhere we're supposed to spend our lives, you know. And if you're taking away the greater pleasures of having a dog, for example, or you're caring only about your own safety so much that you would get rid of the dog, however you ended up getting rid of it. I imagine the dog's not surviving. Imagine you don't have a separate shelter where the dog's going to stay safe. You're killing the dog. So if that's like a part of your culture, that's uncomfortable. That's an uncomfortable place to be in. And as he said, like, he also thinks it's about his freedom. Like, are we going to this place and then we have no more freedom, you know? Then we're basically in, like, a prison. Is that what they're going to be like? And the fact that Vault-Tec is, like, a private company really adds to that. Like, really makes it go, why are these people deciding how we just live the rest of our lives just because there was a war, you know? So like, overall, I agree with Cooper, but, like, I don't think it's as simple as one person is right or the other person is right. And also, I have the benefit of hindsight. I have the benefit of knowing what ends up happening, 2, knowing what series this is a part of, and 3, knowing that this is a piece of media. Whereas these characters don't know they're in media. They don't know this is a show. This is their entire lives. So this is way more important for them than it is for me, a low stakes show that I'm watching. Like, this is an hour out of my Friday night, you know, and it's their entire lives. So who am I to say? Anyway, that's Fallout episode 6. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get the next week's episode of Fallout on my Patreon account right now. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.